Welcome to this crash course explainer. So, if you're a young adult looking at your bank account right now, maybe feeling a little stuck, wondering how you're ever going to achieve real financial security, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to demystify wealth generation and prove to you that financial freedom isn't just for Wall Street experts or people born with massive trust funds. It's completely within your reach. Consider this your exam prep masterclass for the rest of your life. Get ready, because we are going to fundamentally change the way you look at your money.
Let's just challenge our preconceptions for a second, okay? Is building wealth actually simple? I mean, we're totally conditioned to believe that you need this massive six-figure income or some secret, closely guarded magic formula to get rich. We see influencers flashing luxury cars and we think, oh, that's what wealth building looks like. But the actual truth from our source material today is entirely different. Building sustainable wealth absolutely doesn't require a lottery ticket. It just requires an understanding of how to make your money work for you in the background while you go about living your life.
Think of this as your syllabus for today's masterclass. We're going to look at the wealth building marathon, the absolute magic of compounding, what a 25-year financial journey really looks like, some essential tools for beginners, and finally, 3 concrete steps to start today.
All right, let's jump right into the wealth building marathon and talk about overcoming hurdles. Before we start running, we've got to talk about the metaphorical monsters that might trip us up, right? It's kind of fascinating because the most common wealth building hurdles are almost entirely psychological. Things like a lack of financial literacy stop people before they even begin, or just straight up impatience. People want overnight gains, so they try timing the market, investing at the wrong time or place, and then they just give up when it doesn't instantly work. But you know what the absolute biggest trap is? Irregular investments. Just randomly jumping in and out of saving whenever you feel like it is literally one of the biggest mistakes that'll hold you back. And that brings us to the core philosophy of this whole explainer. Building wealth isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Look, patience is absolutely crucial here. You've got to stop looking for that quick win. The people who actually build lasting financial freedom, they're the ones who just put on their running shoes, find a comfortable pace, and keep jogging, year after year. Which brings us to Section 2, the magic of compounding, also known as your ultimate financial weapon. If you only take one thing away from this entire session, let it be this. By definition, compounding is simply the process of earning interest not just on your initial investment, the cash you actually put in, but also on the interest you've already earned. It's literally interest on top of interest. Simply put, this is the core mechanism that shifts the heavy lifting from your back straight to your bank account. You aren't just working for your money anymore. Your money is now out there working for you, and then the money your money made starts working for you too. To make this click instantly, just picture rolling a snowball down a really long hill. When you start at the top, it's tiny, right? Just a little handful of snow. But as it rolls, it gathers more snow on itself, and the bigger it gets, the more surface area it has to pick up even more snow. By the time it hits the bottom of the hill, it's become this massive, unstoppable boulder. In this analogy, that hill is time. And all the snow it picks up along the way, that is compounding interest. Let's move on to visualizing that growth with a 25-year financial journey. Okay, here is the massive aha moment from our source data. We're looking at 2 different approaches over 25 years. On one side, you've got someone waiting around until they have big, sporadic, lump sums of cash to invest. On the other side, you have someone just making consistent, small, monthly investments. We're talking maybe the equivalent of a few cups of coffee a week. And look at the difference. The person who invests consistently over time ends up with a significantly larger nest egg, even though their initial starting capital was tiny. Consistency wins every single time. What you're seeing here is the power of exponential returns. Over a 25-year timeline, with just moderate market returns, those small, honestly kind of boring, everyday contributions, they transform into an astonishingly substantial sum. At first, it looks like a flat, straight line, right? But then, suddenly, the math kicks in, the curve bends upwards, and your wealth just explodes. That is exponential growth in action. All right, Section 4. Let's talk about the essential tools for beginners and where to actually invest.
We get the theory, we understand the snowball, but where are we actually rolling it? Well, first up, high-yield savings accounts. These are fantastic for beginners because you get easy access to your cash, perfect for an emergency fund, but they pay out a much better interest rate than that traditional savings account just sitting at your local bank. Next, you've got investment accounts. Think stocks, ETFs, mutual funds. These are your engines for long-term market growth and diversification. And hey, you don't have to just pick one. A A truly solid financial plan uses both. The high-yield savings account keeps you safe today, while the investment accounts are building that massive snowball for tomorrow.
Which brings us to our final section. 3 steps to start and your actual battle plan.
We've covered the hurdles, the magic of compounding, the timeline, and the tools. Now, here is your concrete, real-world battle plan to start securing your financial future today, straight from the experts. Step 1. Start early. You absolutely want to maximize your time on that hill so the snowball can roll. Step 2. Be consistent. Set up automatic monthly transfers so you're making regular contributions no matter how incredibly small they might feel right now. Just do it. And step 3. Utilize those compounding tools. Get your money out of underperforming accounts and leverage high-yield savings and diversified investment accounts. You can literally do this today, regardless of your current income.
So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. What will your future self wish you had started today? You know, if you wait until you feel rich enough to start building wealth, you're missing out on literally the greatest asset you possess right now as a young adult, and that is time. The math simply doesn't lie. So stop waiting, open those accounts, set up that small automatic transfer, and begin your wealth building marathon right now. I promise you, your future self is going to thank you for it.